Hey everybody, it's me. True Power is mine, and this is Special Report Live. Uh, where to begin? Where to begin? Just want to say thank you to everyone for sharing the videos I've been putting out lately. Been a tremendous response back. I can't not thank you all enough. Sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, thanks. Keeping in with the tradition of transparency. What's up, Derek? Hey, brother. Man, this thank you for listening and participating in the show, man. Seriously. You all, this is our show for real. And we're making it happen. What's up, Nick? Brother Nick's in the house. By the way, I do want to let everybody know the Patreon is up and running. All right. There are some exclusive Mark from Anaheim videos up there, a couple of them. Look, we got tiers all the way from $1 to 1,000, anything in between. And even at the $1 tier, you still can watch the Patreon exclusive videos, at least the vast majority of them. So I appreciate you, Derek. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Every dollar that goes into the war chest is going to go for better equipment. We'll get crystal clear sound. We'll start doing shows in different cities. We're going to make this thing go. You know the reason why? Because we're not going to go quietly into the night. Well, thank you. We're not going to go quietly into the night. We're not just going to be silently put on them trains and run into you know what. First, let's show. I just want to share the channel. What's up, Cobra? I just want to share the channel. Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. I've been a little under the weather lately. Rough couple of days. Me and my son's both sick, actually. But I would need to go to old school. I don't like this new way. It's hard. Okay, well, I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me get it up here. All right. Yeah, we're at 1,900 plus subscribers. This is what I find incredible. Thank you. 2.2 million watch time minutes with only 84,000 views. Guys, that's tremendous. Some channels have like 300,000 like actual views, but their watch time minutes only like, 700,000. And then the revenue for the site is basically $200. Top videos been Judge Joe Brown, Special Report, Judge Joe Brown, Trump impeachment, and Special Report back again. And then, the other day it was the Mark from Anaheim series, Dazed and Confused. Guys, for all the ones who are following me on Surf's Up, I'm sorry I did not put out a Surf's Up video last night. I was actually fighting a temperature, but I wanted to get on today because after waking up, I literally just woke up a few moments ago, and I saw the numbers on the phone. I'm like, whoa, and without further ado, let's get into it, guys. Let's keep on bringing the real. I want to talk about something today that obviously you ain't going to hear on CNN. Liberal New World Order. All right. Liberal New World Order. This was a deal that basically America got behind, the United States government, rather, in the 1950s. The goal of this particular scheme was to try to bring the liberal, I guess, governance or social system to the world. I don't want the New World Order. See, they don't. Okay, hold on one second. I just had to take out the word new. All right, here we go. Now it's going to get interesting. And we're going to get, because really, guys, I am running out of energy, it seems like. I woke up, felt really great, but then it just degenerated.
In international relations, the Liberal International Economic Order (LIEO), also known as the Rules-Based Order or the US-led Liberal International Order, is a notion that contemporary international relations are organized around several guiding principles, such as open markets, multilateral institutions, liberal democracy, and leadership by the United States and its allies. The order was established in the aftermath of World War II and is often associated with Pax Americana.
All right. Now check that out. That was in the 50s. Hold on. Derek says something. Another Marine military historian that I would suggest as a guest is Douglas Dietrichs. All right. Yeah, I will check him out and get him on if at all possible. Hopefully he's willing. A lot of people are willing. You'll be shocked. The liberal world order, economic. So think about it. After World War II, what's happening in the world? You got Israel being formed. You got this liberal world order thing being formed. All the usual suspects still running amok. OSS. What's the other one? Oh my God. Well, not the John Birchers. They haven't formed yet. But there's and the typical crew. I'm sorry, guys. I can't formulate my thoughts apparently. But the thing I want to say about this, out of this liberal world order, this is where we're getting the notion that the weight's on our world, or the weight of the world's on our shoulders. We are an independent, sovereign nation. We need to be concerned with our veterans who are fighting the actual wars. We need to be concerned with our women and children who, because the decay of our society, are put in a very precarious spots when men decide to go their own way, or when women decide to go their own way and break up the family unit. If we have no more humanity than what we have been demonstrating the past 6 to 7 months, then what's coming our way is rightfully deserved. Evil is not sustainable. And evil comes in various forms. When we have almost 33 states in this union wanting to call for our Article 5 convention, we have some serious problem, folks. When we have young women coming out in droves and droves talking about this guy touched them, that guy touched them, we have a serious problem. The live studio audience is up and about. What I'm saying is, guys, we have, this almost sounds like $6 million man. We have the technology. We have the common purpose. Because I don't know about you guys, I want to have a brighter future. I don't know about you, Kenneth. I want a brighter future. I want one, Derek. I want one, Cobra. I want one, Nick. I want one, everyone else who hears me. I'm not ashamed to say I want a brighter future for all of humanity. And I'm so sick that we can't even come together, Nick, as a society. We can't even come together, brother, collectively, across the board, across the dividing isms that we all partake in, to say, hey, certain things ain't right, but certain things are right. And that, my friend, I think is the legacy of Tavistock Institute. Yes, Tavistock, from Great Britain. Hey, Montgomery, welcome to the show, brother. We have to get with it, guys. It's almost as if we have to be the 24th century underground railroad or underground French resistance. Because, see, back in them days, they didn't have cameras. They didn't have every cell phone with a microphone and a camera. They didn't have snitches on the government payroll through every facet of life in corporations, in street gangs, in hate groups, in lesbian organizations, in feminist organizations. The liberal world order is real. The liberal world order is real. Why do you think Bill Clinton gave all the technology to China? If you don't believe me, let's go right here and Google it. Bill Clinton sold China technology. Let's go over here to all. Let's see what these articles are saying. Clinton approves technology transfer to China. And this was back in 1999. Yes, Nick. It's 1984, but quite literally. It's like the powers that be took George Orwell's book, and instead of looking at it as a warning, they looked at it as a playbook. Hey, this is what we need to do. But we won't make the mistakes old boy made. In many respects, a lot of your top conspiracy analysts or truthsayers, all they are basically stool pigeons and snitches, and they're letting the system know where it's slipping, so then the system can go and correct that issue, so therefore people forget about it. But they never really address the driving force or the engine or the power behind the beast. Flashback. Bill Clinton gave China missile technology. This was a flashback in 2016. What does China want? How does U.S. Oh my gosh. Clinton defends China satellite waiver. May 1989. You think old boy was just up there. Look, his sexual immorality wasn't warned. He was like a rattlesnake. And a rattling was going on. But everybody was so busy looking at Monica and what those two were doing, nobody was paying attention to the backside. Do you not realize men and women in our Navy will potentially die because Bill Clinton gave China technology? American citizens will now potentially die because Bill Clinton gave China technology. And y'all still think this is a game. You still think that they're playing a game. These people are on one team. That team is Satan, team evil, team anti-human. They come at you as a preacher. They come at you as a doctor. They come at you as a politician. But at the root of that individual is still a satanic beast. And there is proof right here in front of your face. Now, you know good and well, as rational people, folks, if you were sitting in your home and you knew you had some unsavory next door neighbors, you know that you would never do any. Hey, Leonard, welcome to the show, brother. You know that you would never do anything to allow your neighbors to one day have power over your children. So I ask you, why then would Clinton do that? Being a father of Chelsea, or I believe Chelsea Clinton, why would he do that? And any grandchildren or cousins or whatever he may have, why would he do that? Because when you're on Team Satan, when you're on Team Lucifer, when you're on Team Anti-Human, children don't matter. Women don't matter. Men don't matter. And transgenders don't matter, quite frankly. But honestly, when you think about it, transgender, the word would imply you're transferring from one gender to the next. So there's still only two genders. You're not going to be in limbo forever. You're going to be a chick or a dude. So That's why I just use those terms. And not only that, this political correctness should be the writing on the wall. The reason that we can't be in the United States of America, we cannot talk freely. And didn't it all start with basically slavery? The slaves can't talk. The straw bosses couldn't talk. The plantation owner, he could talk however he wanted, or she could talk. I don't know if there were female plantation owners or not. I would imagine there probably were. Husband dies, chicks takes over, then she dies, then one of the boys or somebody. But here's the skibby, guys. I reject living in the past. I am going to claim the power I have in the present to make a brighter future. I am going to claim freedom. That's what Satan and all these evildoers really despise, is freedom. They hate being in their miserable little world and seeing somebody by their own standards happy and filled with life and joy. But yet they're still hollow, because the reality is once they die, kiddos, and let's be real, once you die, you're going somewhere. Oh, I'm just going in a hole in the ground. You got that right. The body surely is. But the energy that's within the body, even if you don't use it, even if you don't acknowledge it, that energy is going somewhere, pal, and that is you. So now we have to see. Give me this. Go. Oh my gosh, the studio audience. I gotta find something to appease. Here, take this. There you go. Now, well, I guess that didn't work. Didn't work with Hitler either. Appeasement's never a good thing, guys. Never truly is. Because where we're at now, the situation we find ourselves in this society, is because people have been appeasing. Whoa, thank you. It's because people have been appeasing evil. And I'm not going to go and be foolish enough to start blasting certain demographics and then be basically banned from YouTube or whatnot. Oh, wait a minute. Thought we were witnessing a live spanking. No! No, the live studio audience, man, they're just like every other audience. I guess when you hit that chord, they just start, the energy just starts flowing. No, appeasement with your children, there's no such thing. That's one thing about becoming a father or a mother or a guardian or even a true mentor. When you have that type of love in your heart, and it's focused the correct way, not in hate, not in like, oh, you're going to dominate the world, child. But when you have that type of love, it's beautiful. It's beautiful because that's the type of love we should have for each other. Not like mother and father child relationship, no. But as far as wanting everybody to do good, that's really about it. A lot of people aren't about it. You know what I mean? Think about it. If you're praying for everyone to do good in the 1986, then by default, you were praying for Jeffrey Dahmer to do his handiwork. Ted Bundy and all those clowns do their handiwork. So that's what I'm meaning by clarity of focus and purpose. If you just randomly put out energy like that, everything absorbs it. But if you focalize it and say, I want people who are about this, I want folks who are pressing this issue to come up, then that's focusing your prayers, focusing your worship, focusing your energy, focusing your chi, focusing your karma, focusing all your little different words for this energy, this cosmic energy that's dwelling inside of you that can hear me and understand what I'm saying. It's called a so. And you have tremendous power. People, if you only knew how much power you had, we could turn this earth into heaven overnight. In less than 2 years, this place could be as close to utopian situation as humanly possible. Now, you always have to deal with those who want to do evil and wrong and all that, and the little secretive cliques. Speaking of which, let's hit up the news. They're still pushing the Taliban, or not Taliban, but ISIS thing. It's so interesting when you look at these fighters to notice that they look so ill-equipped. And obviously, their guns and everything's taken away if they even had them. But this guy looks like he has a catheter or something. One of those urine bags, like he has a bad bladder. Once again, I am not empathetic towards enemies of humanity. I am empathetic towards the people who are caught up in that whirlwind. They are truly not good, or there's not good and bad on both sides. Some people are duped, and they do bad things. And what pains me is that if they sincerely felt these things versus, oh, we're just doing it just to try to come up. Totally different animal. All right. Regulators clear path for genetically modified salmon. Wow. But let's go to the Smollett guy. Empire Smollett indicted on 16 felony counts, facing up to 48 years. 60-plus hospital employees fired for accessing records. Jesus. So, let's break this down. This guy fakes a beating by white supremacists. He gets 48 years. Do you not see what's happening here? The power of the people in control. How many women have yelled rape against a man and we find out it's not true and they face no indictments? They face none of that. Now, I don't agree with the guy. I don't agree with trying to set up white people as being ultra evil. Because trust me, there's enough that you don't have to play games like that. You don't have to act like there's a bad guy. Because there's enough of them. You can easily find one or two or truckload. But to do shit like that, all it does is set the psychological conditioning for folks to look at black people saying, hey, we've been victimized. Oh, this is another Smollett. This is another con job. And then at the same time, the people who are saying that are feeling like they are being oppressed because they can't say certain things or act a certain way. But the sad thing about it, we're all in that boat now. See, they think that's something new. Having to hold your tongue, having people like this chick here, who's obvious. Look at her. Just look at her. Nothing native about her. This is what we're talking about when it comes to matters of reparation. How will you keep the Elizabeth Warrens out of the check line? Hey, I'm a Native American. I'm a descendant of African slaves. Yeah. I want my 2.3 million. And then when we cross that bridge, after we cross that bridge, we find out that they're really all part of a secret cabal anyhow, that never truly had any love for this country, never truly had any love for the people. I mean, for goodness sakes, why do you think Zuckerberg here has a secret panic shoot under his conference room? He's knowing that he's douchebagging people so hard that one day someone's going to flip their wig and run up in there and he's going to hit a secret drop button and disappear. And here we go. Great Sphinx riddle. Evidence of hidden door beneath. Mysterious relics. Jesus. How is this? Why is it so hard to say, hey guys, this is the deal. There was a super advanced civilization prior to what's happening now. I don't know how it got to this point, but we're at this point. Apparently, you people, the descendants of slaves, y'all built these pyramids and whatnot. Hip us to the knowledge. Instead of making up these fantastic tales, no, there was an alien from planet Zanzibar. It came through approximately 20,000 years ago with a contingency of a, envoy. And then they started mating with primitive life forms on this planet. And that's how you have the biodiversity. Come on, that's ridiculous. Just think if we had the best and most competent minds in the right positions, no matter what their race may be, or color of their skin, or pigmentation to their whatever. Just think how effective and efficient of a society we could have. But it's kind of like Mark Perhana. People have to get over that black thing. People have to get over the white thing. People have to get over the Asian thing. People have to get over the Hispanic thing. People have to get over the indigenous people thing. And just get with the human thing. Now, for all my friends out in California, maybe you can help us to why are so many marine animals, or mammals rather, turning up sick on California beaches in droves. Do you think that could be because of the Fukushima radiation that they're lying to us about? Why do you that just goes back to this story right here. Why do you think they cleared the path for genetically modified salmon? Keep on eating your fish, fella. Keep on eating it. You're getting dosed. Keep on eating tuna. You're getting dosed. You think I'm lying? Let's go to it. Let's go right here. Fukushima radiation in Pacific Ocean. Now, this was in March 2011. How radioactive is our oceans? Worries about Fukushima radiation in seafood. And this is 2017. A year after the disaster, radioactive cesium levels in California's tuna. See, I already told you about the tuna. All right, so, oh my God, here we go. Snopes is like the ultimate new liberal world order cheerleader. Those vaccines are good. Eat the tuna. Nothing's wrong here, folks. Don't look. But there is something wrong. There is something wrong. And let me point this out. U.S. citizens popping up sick with mysterious illness. This is May 2008. Mysterious sound sick. No. I need that new one. Mass print out. No. Mysterious brain in it. No. See, this is what I hate. Once again, I had to track that down and come back to it. Well, you want some water? All right, give me a minute. The problem is there's so many stories out here. I mean, look at this. 11 million results. And I would have to probably go all the way. Hold on. Leroy. I don't know about Leroy. Neurological disorder. Pandas, vaccines, whatever. So I guess this is 2014, 2017. So I'm not going to get off into all that because honestly, I have no information. Totally, I can talk about America to surpass Saudi Arabia. Remarkable oil milestone. No, it's not remarkable. If you guys don't know this by now, I know you old heads do. The United States sits on a tremendous reserve of oil. Honestly, let's face it. Let's talk about how is oil made. Do you really think that it's just a bunch of old swamp lands and all that covered by dirt? Really? Oil, and let me put it to you like this. When you make a fire out there in the woods, all right? Do this one day. Go out to the woods, make a fire, throw some wood in there, some really dry wood, then throw some green wood on there. And then throw some more. After a while, you'll see it will make, like the fire makes an oil of sorts. Well, what's underneath us right now is a big ball of fire at the center of the earth with organic dying material coming in contact, dirt, rock, old animal parts. I'm saying some parts of that's getting heated up and then it just bubbles back up as crude. The earth is constantly making oil, is what I'm saying. There's no such thing as peak oil. Yes, certain areas run out of oil, just like if you were sucking out water in certain lakes. Once those lakes dry up, is all the water on Earth gone? No, you got the oceans. Now, I'm not saying the Earth is making new water. In fact, no one can really tell us where did the water come from on the Earth that we have. Seeing how it's a ball and everything spinning around on its axis. And another thing, guys, seriously, stay away from flat earthers. Stay away from anti-vaxxers. Do not listen to freedom speakers, people talking about freedom instead of isms. And don't have really any opinion. And dang sure, don't ever subscribe to, any type of higher power wanting to, make rules and actually live by them. Everybody needs to be a Bill Clinton. Every woman needs to be a Hillary Clinton, able to share her man with the secretary or whatever. That's the type of world we're rolling to. But it was written, they were neither married nor given it unto marriage. So I guess that institution is going to die out eventually anyways. I just wonder what's going to happen in 17 more months when all these hypersonic missiles are really full deployed and there's no defense. Check it out. The United States cannot defend against hypersonic missiles. Hopefully you can see that. And this is December 17, 2018, not like it's a million years ago. The U.S. lacks the defense needed to protect against the new breed of highly sophisticated super hypersonic weapons from China and Russia. All right? Thank you, Bill Clinton. Give him a round of applause, everybody. Wasn't for Bill Clinton selling us out in the late 90s, China and Russia wouldn't have access to this technology today. Sad but true. People are still thinking life is a peachy and fun. It is. Well, we got, check this out, Nick. Trump building new liberal world order. No. Let me just take out building. And new. Trump, America, homogeny, and the future of the liberal international order. Came out 2018. It's a PDF file. Trump's war on the old world order should be more accurate. The third woe, destruction, biblical prophecy. Hey, 12 Gates, welcome to the show. And thank you for your comment. You're absolutely right. This is biblical. But once again, the liberal international order has been in play for thousands of years. It's like the movie Star Wars, or the books rather. when after the first, I guess, Republican Wars, the Jedi's wiped out the Sith, with Darth Bane basically blowing them up with the thought bomb, and they're all gone. They're all gone. But really, they secretly restructured and did the rule of two, and then they come back to overly annihilate the Republic and all that with the New Hope. Well, this is the same thing here. Well, people are sitting there, oh, the devil's not real. The devil's not. Well, then why are they making temples to Baphomet in state houses if he's not real? At least to certain people. Yes, they go off grid. It's like a social playing possum. Oh, we're dead. We're gone. We don't exist, bro. And then when you fall asleep and you just go to your little, cheeseburger in the sky cubby hole, they spring out like a jack in the box. Ding, 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 pop, gotcha. And the next thing you know, you're living in this Orwellian nightmare. You got an RFD chip stuck in your arm. You're sitting there being monitored by your little phone, probably some other implants. Half of these alien abductions, I did a show about this in Texas. There was an old gentleman, 79-year-old cat, riding around, snatching up people. And he's dressing up as an alien, and he's doing all this horrific things to them. And then he brings them back, and people are like, I was abducted. You see how that goes? We got to understand, people. And I'll say it like this. A righteous man can't be conned. A righteous man can't be conned. The reason why? The principles of righteousness can't allow it. But once you compromise, then you can be conned. That's the whole kick. A guy walks up to you, hey, buddy, I got a $100 bill, man. Can you just give me change for a $100 bill? I tell you what, you don't even have to give me change. Just give me $80, man. 20 for breaking. And you're like, now, on principle, you're not a bank teller. You're not a cash exchanger. That doesn't concern you. You should say no and walk away. But once you compromise on that principle, I'm going to make $20 on this. Yeah, here's 4 20s. Give me that $100 bill. You give the old boy the 4 20s, he goes walking away with $80, and you go walking away with a piece of paper that looks like it's a $100 bill. That's what happens every time you compromise. Every time. Somebody gets something that's tangible, and you literally walk away with nothing. Give them nothing, but take everything. That's why I say they're the enemy of humanity. They give you nothing, but take everything. Even your soul. I wish my people would wake up, and what I mean my people is human people. I enjoy a rich and diverse society. A society that is about unity above everything. Because if we had a unified society, then guess what? You wouldn't have as many children coming up missing. You wouldn't have scientists doing experiments on humans unbeknownst to them. You wouldn't have politicians going around sleeping with prostitutes and whatnot, cheating on their wives or husbands. The important thing to remember is that we are always stronger together. And that's the message they want to destroy. We are straight up stronger always together. That's why I made the Patreon. Put up, some Mark from Anaheim exclusive videos. And I'm going to have some Judge exclusive videos up there in the next couple of days as well. But I do that so, like any movement, we need a war chest. And we're getting it. And I'm thankful for you all. I am thankful. I'm thankful for you guys sharing the channel. You know, I'm so busy trying to contact people and, talk to people and then obviously have a life. I almost don't even have a chance to even watch the videos that I put up after I put them up. So when I say that 2 million watch time minutes is on you guys, I really mean it. And you know who you are. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May your day be filled with joy. Because you guys are the heart and soul of this show. You're the heart and soul of Special Report Live. You're the heart and soul of True Power is Mine YouTube channel because of your interaction, because of you taking the initiative. That's beautiful. And that's the start of a true grassroots organization. That's the start of our organization. Or should I say association? Because it would appear that association has more advantages than an organization. We either love the U.S. Constitution, what it could stand for, what it should stand for. We love the notion of freedom. We love the notion of family. And we love the notion of self-spirituality without interpretations by others. And we respect the person. That the minority should and is protected against the majority. And that the majority is protected against the minority too. It's not a utopia because there's always things outside of the realm and even scheme of government to control. There will be only one utopia, and that's, the correct afterlife. Anything other than that is uncivilized and it's unreasonable. I'm going to ask Google one other thing, and I want this to sit with you. How many missing children are there in the United States of America as of February 2019? Hold on so you all can see this. There were 260,977 cases of missing females under the age of 21 in 2017. You do realize, most people don't break it down like this, but you do realize each year is a different number. So in the past, like, let's just say that this is 250,000. It's like the typical. In the past 4 years, over 1 million children, just girls, missing. 1 million. That's a lot. Where are they at? Was there a secret base under Nevada? Maybe a moon outpost or a Mars colony already? Where are these kids at? Double digits, thousands. Damn, I still came up short. There's a sickness going on, folks. 12 Gates, you may know of it. It's the liberal Dubai. Yes, Derek. It can very well be in Dubai. Here's the facts. Here's the facts. If we continue down this path of abortion, of men and women not really wanting to come together to make babies, but just to merely have sex, of the homosexuality, the transgender, and the abuse of the elderly. If we continue down this path, then what is coming is surely justifiable. What is coming is surely ordained by the Most High. Because of the fact that I'm not just the only one out here saying it, or maybe I am, I don't know, but you can hear it, and then you can tell others. If we can't, as a society, come together on almost a common sense, third grade level questions, like, is it okay to abuse old people? No. Is it okay to abuse animals? No. Is animals going into an industrial slaughterhouse situation a form of abuse? No. See, we have to understand, 12, Derek, Nick, everybody else in here who can hear me. Put this in perspective. I don't know what cities you guys all live in, right? But I would say in your city that you're living in right now, there's probably a McDonald's, a KFC, maybe several other fast food chains, okay? Do you realize how much resources and food it takes to just stock just the little fast food restaurants in your house? How many chickens must die? How many cows must perish? And then you think about the grocery stores and then the gas stations. All little points of food. Franklin Credit Union scandal in Omaha and kidnapping. Oh my gosh. We have to understand. We live in a just-in-time food chain. In other words, every delivery comes just in time before the shelves are totally empty and people are rioting. We need food. We need food. And trust me, guys. You think it's a joke. Look at our brothers and sisters in Venezuela today. Today, they just ran out of food. Today. That means you can have a wheelbarrow full of money, guys. But there's no bread on the shelves to sell you, even if I wanted to. Now, you can sit here in your little, once again, artificial world, virtual reality. But when you have hungry people like that in these United States of America, then you have the makings of Mad Max, the makings of Delta Force, the makings of the Hunger Games. Millions. Yes, millions. And think about it. If someone's halfway racist or bigoted, or someone's halfway anti-Catholic or anti-Jewish, once they start starving and they see Catholics and Jews or blacks and Mexicans eating good, or whites and Muslims eating good, do you think they might act on their natural hate and whatever and go and brutalize those people to get the resources? Because I think they would. I think history has proven with the Weimar Republic and every other society, in fact, what's going on in Venezuela, once those resources goes down, extreme hate armies rises up with a vengeance, because they want sheeple be in bad business with the American, aka Babylon. Well, that won't sleep. Yeah, okay, I know what you're saying. Look, the sheeple have a tender herdsman, okay? But we have to break down to the sheeple what being asleep and being a sheep is all about. You see, the reality is, Gabe, the herder, the herdsman, the shepherd, the good shepherd, he doesn't do all that time and energy and work caring for the sheep, making sure they're fed, make sure the wool stays. He doesn't do all that out of the kindness of his heart. He's not a benevolent individual. He's doing it for the big payback, the big payoff. See, one day every herd has to be marched down by the Judas coat to the meat grinder. And then in the meat grinder, that's where the product's made. Now, I'm using this as an allegory, but a lot of you guys have been through the meat grinders called the foreclosure on your home. A lot of you guys have been through the meat grinder. It's called not getting a college, scholarship or the monies to actually go. A lot of you guys have been in the social meat grinder. And not to mention, some of you willingly went to the military, the armed forces, like brave warriors, proud patriots. You held your right hand at your MEP station and you took the oath. You completed your training. You were in a combat area. Maybe both your legs were blown off, maybe an arm, maybe a leg, or maybe your head. Not blown off, but scrambled. You too have been through the meat grinder. That's why I say it is. Hold on one second. Got a couple of, I got a comment here. This is Ant Jams. It is believed that the United States is taking food from Venezuelan farms to keep the shelves full in America, and the U.S. farms aren't producing enough food. And Derek Marines. It does really almost should bring a tear to all of our eyes, man, to know that the society that we kind of enjoy in many ways is writing off the pain and misery of others. But let's not get too far gone on that thought, my friends, because those other societies would absolutely put the boot down on our necks without a doubt. That's what. Listen, okay. This is the skivvy of it right here. Either you like freedom, either you like security to a certain degree. Now we can go down the whole cops popping everybody around. We can do that if we want. But if you don't have these thoughts in your mind and heart, you will not have them manifest in reality. Thank you, Brother Derek, for the super chat. Thank you. If you desire to be a slave, then socialism, communism, fascism, that's for you. Even capitalism, that's for you. But if you desire to be free, then what you really are desiring to be a citizen of the republic. America is in itself a beautiful ideal. Unfortunately, citizens have compromised on these ideals and allowed people to distort it and pervert it. There should not be one law pertaining to race or sexuality or any of that. That should be in a person's realm of freedom, inalienable. With the exceptions of murdering and raping. You should never have those rights to be able to go out and do that to human beings. That is unacceptable. But look at Jeffrey Epstein. See, this is where you're a slave in capitalism. Look at all of his buddies and look at what they were up to. But they're rich. They're extremely wealthy. So in a capitalistic society, as long as you're wealthy, you can do the things that you're not supposed to do. But some of you peasants and peons out there, you try doing that. And you're going to find a different scenario. You're going to end up like Mr. Jesse, whatever, Empire guy, facing potentially 48 years. This is the one question I hope that you all ask yourselves today. What could I do to make the world a better place? For somebody other than myself. For somebody other, whether it's your mother, whether it's your father, whether it's a stranger in the street. why don't you make that a 28-day challenge? Go out for the next 28 days and try to do something unselfish, whether you put it on camera or not. Get rid of stop and frisk and the Rockefeller. Yeah, yes. Hold on. Before I go, I want to put that up here. Thank you, Brother D. Stop and frisk laws.
According to Cornell Legal Information Institute, the Fourth Amendment requires that before stopping the suspect, the police must have a reasonable suspicion that a crime has been, is being, or is about to be committed by the suspect.
Now, that's from Google. You notice that's the only time Google talked to us during this whole presentation. Why are stop and frisk laws allowed? Because the citizens has compromised. See, this is what I'm talking about. People, thank you, baby. People are not united in clarity and purpose. There should be written laws that you can't touch, meaning this law here, all citizens are equal, period. And so now you don't have to make, these citizens can get married or these citizens can't get, no. If you're a citizen, you can marry a rock on the side of the road if you want. That is your right. Now, when you die, hopefully that rock can bury you. When you're sick, hopefully that rock can wipe your bottom. Turn you over in the bed like a pancake, or else you get bed sores. But there should not be laws pertaining to that. Well, thank you, baby. Yeah, I'll get you a bottle here in 1 second. Okay. What? Okay. The U.S. and Russian are probably taking. Oh, okay, hold on 1 second, guys. Let me go and get you a bottle. The live studio audience wants to take a nap, so just give me 5 seconds. I'll be right back. Hold on, let me make your bottle. Then you're gonna go night. Here we go. Hold on 1 second, guys and gals. Come on, where you at? You want to go night? Got your bottle? Where you at? Okay, I don't know where she went to. She just hid on me. But I think I know where she's at. I'm back. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Had to grab me a cup of tea while I was at it anyhow. Okay. The U.S. China and Russia are probably taking the food resources from, smaller so-called third world nations. This is how the rich Panem capital city was. Okay, yeah. Pandem on the Hunger Games. Okay, this right here, stop and frisk, is an obvious violation of one's civil rights. It's they're not stopping and frisking men on Wall Street. Hold on, let me ask. Do they stop and frisk members of Wall Street? Mary blah blah blah. Largely crime free, except for Wall Street. See, I'm guarantee you they're not stopping and frisking on Wall Street. I almost guarantee it. Because oh my gosh, I can't go there. There's too many pop-ups. All right. But basically what I'm saying, guys, is this. Excuse me. If we have a true freedom revival, a revolution, a thought, and true purity of cause and purpose, we can probably get another maybe 75 years out of this. The clock, my friends, is not ticking yet. No, they don't bother the Wall Street or the rich on Park Avenue, folks. I knew it. I knew that was the real deal. You know the reason why? Because I've seen it with my own eyes. At the border checkpoint in between LA and San Diego, California, I was going up to basically Yorba Linda to hang out with a friend. I get stopped. I just bought, okay, at that time I ate McDonald's, so I'm not going to lie. I just bought a McDonald's bag, had my little Big Macs, you know, kind of eating my fries, and, you know, I had my IROC, driving to, it was an 1987 IROC, and pulled me over, man. Effers pulled me over, and like a dumbass, I went over there to federal ground. They had a little white boy in front of me. They pulled out a pipe and a big old sack out of this dude's pocket. Cop just throws it away, lets this dude go. His damn dog gets in my car, goes all, my nose all down my McDonald's and shit. So I didn't eat that. Threw that away. So that, in that respect, that might have actually been the most healthiest thing out of the whole situation. And then I asked that border agent there, I go, hey, I thought California, because I was new to California at this time. I've only been out there for about 6 months. And I go, I thought California was a zero tolerance state. And that fucker looked me in the eyes. He goes, well, I felt that boy deserved chewing out, and that would be better for him than anything. So that's why. But you're good to go. My dog went around your car. You're good to go. And I just looked at this fucker. I was like, all right, grab my, you know, shit and jump back in my car and enough. But I've seen that pattern over and over and over again. See, the reason why they don't want reparations for black folks, bottom line, then you would take that economic stigma out of the equation. Why are you stopping fishing these people now? You know they're probably not doing no crimes. They're fucking rich as fuck. They all getting money. And they'll say it with that much venom and jealousy. They're all getting money. That's why. Because like many people have said, man, or not many, like many times Judge Joe has said, when it comes to the melanated man and woman in North America, we have been collectively used as a scapegoat. When times get bad, you take out your frustration on us. Now, times are bad, so we take it out on each other. But this has to coincide, of course. The low-wage employee of the rich Wall Street elites probably are stopped. Well, yeah, but we're just checking them to make sure they don't have no silverware in their pockets. Turn that back to Mr. Man up the street. Hey, JB, how you doing? Hey, I am from Massachusetts, and coming from a state that uses to scalp natives for the sum of $250 to $300 back in the 1750s, which was the equivalent of $12 back then. Damn, dude. JB, that comment is so deep on so many levels. For one, look at the damn depreciation in the cost effectiveness or the buying power of the dollar. $300 a day is only worth $12 back in the day. That lets you know that the currency, we're on our way down. But more importantly, the fact that corporations would actually enlist the service of men or women or everything, or in between, to go out there and physically kill. Because when someone takes your scalp, dude, I don't know if you can survive a wound like that, because infections, the pain, the agony. And this thing, you can, what, scalp a few people, maybe go to town, grab up a black person, sell them into slavery, if they were free or not. And corporations funded that. That's what people are failing to see. We have been living in a corporation totalitarian system for a very long time. If there wasn't no East Indian trading company, there probably wouldn't have been Australia, United States, all the Malaysian activity in Africa or Kemet, and in India and or the Middle East, specifically Afghanistan. Guys and gals, the information's here. I mean, we got Brother JB, Brother Aunt Jams, or, I don't know, I'm assuming JB is a dude, assuming Aunt Jim's a dude as well. But Brother Nick and others, Derek, King David used to take for. See what I'm saying? Now, foreskin, obviously, circumcision, you can survive. That is a survivable encounter for the most part. But when someone takes your scalp, man, that's a little tough. That's a little brutal. But when you have a society populated by criminals, you can see where that behavior's basically, there's no misdemeanor. There's no big deal. But it is a big deal. I'm against brutalization of humans. Now, I'm for punishing people. If somebody was to go up into a Starbucks or go up into a any place of business in our country, I can't speak for the world, and they was to just indiscriminately start gunning down people, I think they should be punished. I think people who smack up on women and like the girl's just walking down the street trying to go to class, maybe go to her job, and dude just snatches her up, smacks her around, does what he wants to with her. Those guys should be punished. And you know who else should be punished? Guys and gals that look you straight in your face like Bernie Madoff. And they're like, hey, invest in this Ponzi scheme. They should also be made to pay. And so should all people who are like, think about it. And I'm just throwing this out here because I don't want to be flagged for inciting political dissidents or nothing. But how many people, after the information I shared with you today, thanks to Bill Clinton, should be punished for selling technology or allowing to sell technology to China? When they won't even let you see a nipple on TV, but they can sell technology to China in Russia so that they can, better aim and guide their missiles. But you can't see a nipple. I think there's a crime that has been perpetrated. I think you all do too. I think also Massachusetts, if I'm not correct, is Massachusetts one of the states where prisoners can vote?
Here's a summary from Wikipedia. In 2007, Florida legislature restored voting rights to convicted felons who had served their sentences. Other than Maine and Vermont, all U.S. states prohibit felons from voting while they are in prison.
Okay. So Maine and Vermont. The reason why I throw that out there, I remember the show where a caller pointed that out to us, that there's 2 states right now where convicted prisoners can vote, and they just happen to be the mostly non-melanated populous states in the union. See, we can't overlook these points no more, guys. It's right in our face. prisons are all about. It's not about punishing. It's about continuing the brutalization. Oh, shoot. Hold on, let me check this out. Oh, no. I had all these, there we go. I tried to, whatever. But basically, voting is a right. I don't understand how being a felon really affects your right to have a gun or vote or any other action, because it's that drastic. If we can't trust you with a gun after you come out of prison, then what are we doing? What type of rehabilitation is going on? Or has rehabilitation never been the game? And that's what I was about ready to elaborate before I got those notifications. Is that we all know, or we all should know, that this prison system we have now is a economic endeavor. It's an entrepreneurial dream. It's like the open Wild West. Open up a prison, get a bunch of drug convictions people up in there, and just make a mint. It's just warehousing people so someone can get a buck. And then the beautiful thing about it, we can keep these disenfranchised people out of the political game for the rest of their lives. They're done. So with that being asked, how many voters are there in the United States?
According to Wikipedia, later analysis by the University of California, Santa Barbara's American Presidency Project found that there were 235,248,000 people of voting age in the United States in the 2012 election, resulting in 2012 voting age population turnout of 54.9%.
Now, if there's 235 million voters, but there's only like 350 million, hold on. What is the population in the United States?
The population of United States of America was 325.7 million in 2017.
So we got 327, all right, million. Damn. And then we're going to subtract what we just learned over here was the voters, which was, oh my gosh. Hold on, let me get that. 200 something million. Then we're going to see how many alleged people there are. Hold on. Because something doesn't make sense. So it's 90,452 persons in this country. We're assuming they're either children under the age of 18 and elderly and felons, all included in that 90 million. And the rest of us are supposed to be a voting age in between, obviously deaf and voting age. That's a lot of voters, guys. I think these numbers are skewed somehow. I don't know how, but I think they are. The U.S. and China are the three bullies for the global elites. The elites select all the nation leaders around the world, maybe, but a very few countries. Our votes are just used to count. Well, Aunt Jam, you might not be aware of this, but on the show we've talked in depth about how France has 14 African countries that has to pay reparations to them for colonization. To put it quite frankly, France is forcing these developing nations to pay them to the tune of like $2 billion annually for the privilege of being colonized by France back in the day. I find something highly unethical about that. Pretty sad. That would be like the United States government claiming that the descendants of slaves should pay back the United States government for slavery. It's literally on that same level. But no one wants to talk about these issues because the people who control the media, the people who control the narratives, They could give two shits about little countries. They could give two shits about where the miners, where the timber people, or the loggers, where the people who do the big time farming has to go and exploit these resources so that these fools back here can have a beautiful life. It's not right. We're human beings. You know, and on this, I truly, I'll end the broadcast on this note, but who would really be down with the United States taking the position? No longer will we stand by and allow past sins to go unpunished. We acknowledge that we played a role in some extent in creating some of these monsters, but now we are dedicating our resources to correcting the wrong and liberating the people by incorporating their territories into the greater United States. In other words, we will never attack a country ever again unless we aim to take it over for good and make those people in that country who wants to participate citizens of the United States, and those who don't, well, then they just have to leave the country. On that, this has been Special Report. I'm your host, True Power's Mind. As always, live your life with integrity, without hate, envy, or greed. And as always, let's try to be kind to each other. Peace.